Evening, everyone. I'm drinking out of my favorite mug at the moment. Do I look like a fucking people person mug? Um, yeah, it's in the top three for sure. But I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone had a good time. If you went out car boot hunting at the weekend, I was planning on going to three, but as we all know, well, for a lot of people, it might have been the case. Monday was a write-off. My two potential car boot sales for Monday were both rained off, so it was a bit annoying. But we have a competition winner I'm going to announce later for the Costa gift card for guessing how much money I can claw back on the van. But we will come to that later on. I'll get to say a few hellos in a moment. But tonight's subject I wanted to talk about is listing limits. And that is not your eBay listing limits of what eBay allows you to list a month. This is about whether things are worth listing on eBay. And the reason I want to speak about this topic tonight is I have recently picked up a huge haul of stuff from a guy local to me. I'm actually going back on Friday to pick up more, and this could be a contact for probably till the end of the year, hopefully. But in with the good stuff, there's a lot of stuff which is worth anywhere between £1 and £5 that you can't really bundle up. I appreciate that sometimes you can bundle things and make it worth it. But what I'm keen to know is for you guys, what is your limit when it comes to listing items? As in, if you have an item for £5, are you still listing it? If you have an item for £3, for £2, for £1, is it still worth putting on eBay? Because I'm in that bit of dilemma at the moment to feel like, is it worth my time listing the item? Should I just donate it, or should I take it to a car boot, or should I just give it to someone else for free, or what do I do with that item? So yeah, I'm really keen to find out for you guys what your plans are with the lower end items for eBay. So let me just say a few hellos. So Pete's in first. How did you let Ricky get the Iron Maiden tee? So Ricky slammed me in the face with the Iron Maiden tee, and I have sent my solicitors his way. But no, jokes aside, that early in the morning, it's such a hustle at the car boot sale. The one I go to on a Sunday, there's so many other resellers who I know, and sometimes you miss things. So in hindsight, yeah, I should have got the Iron Maiden tee. Luckily, it's not super vintage, worth thousands of pounds. Obviously, I'll be more pissed off. But yeah, we'll let Ricky win for once. And as I said there, I was always told it's good to give to charity. So yeah, Ricky can have that Iron Maiden tee, and I'll beat him to something next week. Don't worry. I'll say a few hellos. Damien's in, Lisa's in, Dig Vintage is in, Shabba's in, Andrew's in. Hope you're good. JJ's in. Hope you're good, Jess. Tap Peddler's in. Hope everyone is well. RS. Let me just see whether I've missed anyone. Oh, we've got both the Payne brothers in. Hope you're good, Derek and also Richard. So RS is saying, I like to know I have £10 plus profit per item. Yeah, so I kind of am at the same place as you, RS. I'm trying to move away from the lower value items, I'm trying to get my ASP up, the average sale price up on the things I'm listing on eBay. So I'm being a bit more conscious, I would say, where before I would kind of list anything for any value. I just feel that if you're listing at £10 the item, you're going to probably get offers on it. You're going to probably accept offers. If you're promoting after postage and everything else, is it worth your time? So I would say I'm probably where you are at the moment. I think it's Robin, I believe. If I've got that wrong, apologies. Let me know in the chat if I've got it right or wrong. But yeah, like you are, Robin, I'm very much at the point of where £10 seems to be my limit now. I was listing a few items last week, it was, for about £7 or £6. And I'm kind of thinking, like, is this worth the time? So, of course, when you can bundle it, and that's a way to get it higher. But for these small individual items, what do you end up doing with them? Do you take them to a car boot sale? Do you just donate them to get them out of the way? Because what I don't want to do is something I've done in the past is where I've just stored the item and kind of put it to one side and said, I'll get to that. And you end up never doing it anyway. So I'm really keen to find out. So Peter's saying, I don't think it's a good idea to list trash. It drags your store down. £5 is my min for individual items, but I do replacement DVD CDs for £3.49 free post. I'm okay with that. So yeah, I guess if that works for your model, Pete, that makes perfect sense. And yeah, I think the key is don't put trash in your store for the sake of it. I mean, I class it as quite a big listing sort of habit and goal that I set myself, which is at the moment is 20 everything items. And at least this week, it's gone up to at least 5 clothing items a day. So I'm listing 25 items a day, but I don't want to compromise on the quality. So I don't list stuff for the sake of it. I'll rather say, do you know what? I can only list 22 items or 20 items a day because I haven't got the good stuff to list. But on the positive side of that, I have such a big death pile or queue, as it's known for me, of stuff that I need to get round to working at. And I'm constantly buying. What you guys probably see more so is what James picks up at the car boot sale. And you might feel like, well, he's not getting enough. He's not buying enough over the course of 2 videos or 1 video you're seeing. That is only now probably about 15 or 20% of my business. I'm sourcing in so many different places. And I think being full time, you've got to do that, especially if you want to take it from more of a sort of hobby resale business, which again, anyone who wants to do that and earns enough money for them, absolutely fine. But to where I want to go is to really focus on hitting 100K. And I know, again, a lot of people are saying they don't want to go close to that. And again, that's fine. But personally, for me, that's where I'm heading towards. Alan's in. Hope you're good, Alan. Me and Alan were having a good chat yesterday, talking car boot sales. While I'm on the subject of car boot sales, I've been making a little list here of the Car Boot Roadshow. And let me just update people on where we are with that as well. So tonight's live is going to be a bit of just a question and answer chat and just get your guys' thoughts on the listing part. But the Car Boot Roadshow was meant to start not this weekend, just gone the weekend before when I was down in Newbie. As you guys saw from the video, I had a nightmare with the van. But apart from that, the boot sale was cancelled anyway. So I couldn't start it there and then. The weather at the moment is so hit and miss. This weekend was really nice. Monday's been a disaster. It's been nice today. Now it's raining. I'm not sure whether boot sale is going to be on this weekend. But anyway, long story short, I'm planning on starting in May, hopefully in Cardiff. And also, I'm potentially going to be heading to Kent in May. So they might be the first 2. So it's going to be in Cardiff. It's going to be in Kent. And then for the London one, I did want to make it easy and kind of just go to a local boot sale to me and class it as London. So I think I'm going to go to Dirty Dunton because I've heard so many good things about Dunton. I've been watching loads of Steptoe and Son, Steptoe and Mum, sorry, as well. And he loves Dirty Dunton. So that's where I'm going to be heading on that. But yeah, I'll message you, Alan, because hopefully we can make it work and you can come and meet us for the car boot. I know Luke's coming with me. Waters Clobber is going to come with me in the van. And also Sully's Vintage is going to be at the car boot as well. So let's see if we can make it work. UK drama is in La Bosch. I love that saying, Bosch. People think it's Johnny Fisher, the boxer, but it's actually Tom Skinner who started Bosch. And yeah, I use that saying a lot, but thank you for joining. So Derek is saying, I try not to list under £10 plus post, but make exception. I do list under that if I have a large quantity and overall do very well, i.e. vinyl records and have some toy cars to list. Yeah, so this is what triggered the subject tonight, Derek, is I have lots of toy cars. So from this massive haul I got from this man down the road, I have probably got in excess of 200, maybe 300 cars. So we're talking Matchbox, we're talking Corgi, Dinky, that kind of style car. And looking some of them up, it was low value. So I am going to bundle them kind of things. But if I didn't have such a vast quantity, what would I have done with them cars? Would I have just took them down the car boot and sold them at 50p each to, you know, get some good money back on them? But yeah, that makes perfect sense. With certain items, you can do a bit lower. Chop's in. Hope you're good. Let me know, Chop. Did you go to, I'm guessing, Apps Court on a Sunday, normally for you? Jack's in. Hope you're good, Jack. I do a lot of lower value games, but minimum listed value is $3.99 for discs, $4.99 for case games, but will reduce prices down, but won't go lower than £2.50 for discs. So, Jack, I'm guessing in your category, and from my experience of listing games and media, you have to do free postage to remain competitive. So do you send that via large letter, I'm guessing, with them lower value games? Because Hermes, I guess, 1 kg at £2.98, whatever it is, probably isn't worth it. So, yeah, let me know. Damien's saying small value items are listed as profit and they're quick to list and ship. Makes sense. Jess is saying one of my most popular listings is £1.59 plus 99p postage. However, it's a multi-quantity and goes as letter, so it's worth my time. Yes, Jess, I know. I know you spoke about this before. I know what listing you're talking about, and that makes perfect sense. So, if we are talking about multi-quantity, the limit for me would change completely, similar to yourself. But if it's for an individual item, I kind of look at it now to say, do I want to list something up for £3 free post or £3 plus post? Is it worth the time, or am I better off getting rid of it another way? Maybe on Facebook Marketplace, or maybe, as I say, taking it down a car boot sale, or maybe putting stuff into an auction, or just trying to think of different ways to move stuff that's probably not worth listing. And yeah, she's saying there, her and Jack have very similar business models, and that makes perfect sense with the stuff you guys sell. Big Vintage saying, I would only if it's very quick to list, so bulky, similar items like postcards and quick to post, etc. Otherwise, no. So that's interesting. So that depends on the speed of the process. So I'm guessing for items that don't need any testing, that you can literally just place on the desk and take 5 or 6 photos, and you might have similar listings you can sell similar of, or it's something easy to search up where you can sell similar of. That makes perfect sense to do it that way. So yeah, Pete's saying low value multi listings that are easy to pack are gold. Yeah, and what I have noticed recently is with the slow niche down to clothing, and I'm really enjoying the clothing side, by the way. Just a bit of an update. I know it's been a while since I really spoke about it, but actually switching more to clothing, the process is so much quicker than all the other items I've listed before. A lot of people don't like doing clothing because they're scared of taking photos and doing the measurements. And I'm finding it really easy. And also what I've really enjoyed, especially after the bank holiday and having, a fair few orders to ship out today, being able to chuck loads of clothing into poly mailers and just seal them up and stick a label on has been brilliant today. And then I've had other stuff to pack that's been an absolute nightmare. So, yeah, I think with regards to that, you need to take that in mind. With low value multi listings, if they're easy to pack, it's worth doing. But are you listing a VHS player for £5 plus postage? Because I used to do it, and now I won't do it. So they're the kind of things I'm thinking of as well. So Jack is also saying, as long as they're easy packs and I enjoy lower value sales, as it boosts the store, I feel for other items. Yeah, so I find that with regards to sales, in the sense of even if something sells on your eBay store for a couple of pounds, I feel you do get a boost via the algorithm. So eBay kind of sees it as you are open for business, and I believe that does help as well. I know there's nothing proven on that, but I know the days where I wake up to 2 or 3 sales are normally the better days to where I don't have any sales until, say, lunchtime. They're a bit slower. So, yeah, I think it does give you a boost. I was right. It's Robin. Good. Hi, Jay. Hope you're good. So Damien says, most low-value items tend to be accidental pickups, though. Yeah, so are the low-value items we are listing on eBay, are they mistakes? And it's okay to say that. I spent £15 at the weekend on a Ralph Lauren jacket. And I said, I'm still learning clothing, so I know a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, £15 for a Ralph Lauren jacket. And I thought it was going to be worth £40 to £50. How wrong was I? Because what I didn't realise, it's not women's, which I assumed it was. It's actually youth. So I'm going to struggle probably to get £20 for it. So I've listed it for $19.99. If someone offers me £15, I'm taking it, and I'll take it as a loss. But what Damien said there is how I feel about the low value items. Are they the items you either get in a big haul, a big bundle, or are the ones you've brought in a car boot thinking you're going to make good profit on, and actually it's a real fail, and you're listing them just to clear them out of the way and try and claw some money back? So Dig Vintage says, listed horses, horse brasses today, they sell for £8 to £12 each. Very quick and easy to deal with. Sell to America. So, sorry, let me have a sip of the coffee before it gets too cold. Talking of coffee, I'm still waiting for a sponsorship deal from any coffee brand. So if for whatever reason you ever watch this, I'm still waiting for the offer. But with regards to them kind of things, £8 to £12 each, I would list things for £8 to £12 if they are quick to sell. So that's where the sell-through rate really comes into play and affecting that one. Because if you're listing an item for £8 and it's going to potentially sit in your storage for 6 months, again, is that worth taking up the space? Now, a lot of people might say, it's a small item. And you could argue the case, if it's small, it's out of the way, it's not taking up much space. But it goes into what Pete was saying earlier about feeding your eBay store with crap items, the last thing you want to do. But yeah, I think for £8 to £12 each, and they're very quick to list, easy to deal with, and sell really quick, then I would definitely do so as well. So Andrew's saying, I get a lot of hauls and bundles from the auction. They have low value items. I list them because it's more money in pocket. So that was my mentality until probably the start of last week, Andrew, in that sense as well, where, look, even if I bought a big bundle of items, it's still going to claw me back some of the cost of goods. So I completely see it that way. My whole thing now, my whole change is just, could you list another item instead that is going to make you more money overall? Or do you just kind of say, I've got all these items in front of me, everything goes in the store regardless, and then it's all going to sell at some point, or I can adjust it, or I can take it off in the future. Etsy and eBay. So Etsy is something I've never done before. And honestly, I have never cross-listed items, and it's not something I want to do personally. I've sold on Facebook Marketplace before, collection only, and I found it to be an absolute nightmare. The amount of time wasters who say they're going to come to you at 1 o'clock and they don't turn up, etc. So I do the odd bit on Facebook, but apart from that, I don't cross-list on any other platforms. Hi, Paul. Hope you're good. So I saw Paul on Saturday at the car boot, and he's saying he does £8, especially on records. Yeah, so I'm under the advisor with the media guys. It is all about high volume when it comes to things. So I can completely appreciate with media sellers, they've got to list the lower stuff as well as the bangers, because it's all about the quantity of items in the store. Some of the media guys I know have thousands of items in their store because they need to, because it's all about the multi-quantity purchases as well. Some of the media guys will list up items for £1 or £2, knowing the customer might buy 20 items from them, then it makes the order worth it. So, yes, Kent, indeedy, Damien. Yeah, I mean, I said I've got family down in Kent anyway, so next time I'm in Kent, regardless, we will definitely meet up at the car boot. That's good, Alan. Yeah, 100%. If I'm coming to Cardiff, it'll be good for you to come to the boot sale. Jamie's talking about Sully's boot sale, and I know it's quite a journey for you, but yeah, if you can come, it'd be good. So Shabba's saying, I think I have a handful of £1.98 items in my store, but they are small letter postable, so money in the pocket. Yeah, so I think it's all about the small or large letter. If you can post it with that, it's worth doing. Most of my stuff, I post 1 kg with Hermes. And so for stuff like that, £1.98, I would lose money. But I guess if you're using large letter, and I guess it depends on your cost of goods as well, because sometimes you can make a loss on that. If you're paying £1 for the item and it's costing you, I don't know, 90p to ship, after the fees and everything else has come out, you're making a loss. So I've took a lot of things off my eBay store where I'm actually going to lose money. So I'd rather try and, as I said, take it down a car boot sale and sell them for £1 each. And that is my plan this year as well. I plan to do at least 1 car boot sale, and it will be what I normally do, where I lay out a big tarp on the floor and most items are £1. And then I have a few items on the table, which are maybe £5 to £10 items. But most of the time I'm just giving things away, and normally other resellers will flock to where I am and just buy so much stuff off me. And it's stuff they can resell, it's stuff they can make money on, but I just don't want to deal with it anymore. So I try and do that. Sounds the same as my cars. Corgi, Matchbox, Tonka. Yes, Derek, I have so many. And I found a Redline one the other day, and I've heard lots about Redline cars. And if you've got a Redline, it could be good money. And I was really excited. I looked it up, and it was worth £6. So I've still got loads to go through. But yeah, fingers crossed, some good stuff. So Richard's saying, I sell a lot of under £10 items, but only in multiples. Brought nearly 100 bars of soap, for example, on sat £40, sell £8 each. Wouldn't buy them if one. Yes, so that is the strategy where I do as well. I think if you can set up multi-listings, it's worth doing. It's very similar to like when I buy the Nerf guns. A lot of people sort of say, oh, you spend all this money on Nerf guns. Do you sell the guns individually? And yeah, sometimes you can. But normally, if they're the same gun, I'll do 2 guns and 20 darts with the bundle. And instead of getting, say, $7.99 per gun, I might get, £14 for the pair, but it's only one lot of postage you're paying out as well. And also, it offers a bit more value to the customer. It's worth doing. So, yeah, I completely agree. If you can find good deals like that, and you're spending so little and going to make so much money by doing multi, it's definitely worth doing. Hi, Katie. Hope you're good. I plan to do a video going through them. That is with regards to the cars. Yeah, please do. Please do, because I really need to try and learn the cars as quick as possible. Because at the moment, my head is in the mindset of I don't really know too much about them. I'm going to be picking up a lot more stuff from this guy. I've got lots of stuff to list. So I was going to just kind of lay out 30, 40 cars on the desk, take some pictures and do auctions and start them at 99p and just let the buyers decide where it hits. But yeah, if you do a video, I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. So Alan's saying there's certain variables when it comes to low value items. I do list them as long as sell-through is good, but most importantly, it needs to be time effective to list. Yes. So I think, Alan, similar to me, I'm really concentrating more on sell-through when buying items, and the sell-through is really good on it. And you picked up for £1 and it's only worth £6-7, but it's going to sell within 24 hours. Then 100%. I mean, I sold a DS game over the weekend, and I think I accepted an offer of $4.99 free post, but it's part of a big bundle I bought. So cost of goods was zero. It was part of the big PSP bundle I bought for £2. It was in there as well. So I think on that one, after everything, I made like £1 something, not even that. But actually, just to list it up and knowing it was going to sell within 24 hours, which it did, is definitely worth doing. So yeah, I think the sell-through is very important. Yeah, can't make taps for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm going to give apps another try this season. I've been going to Borden, really enjoying Borden Sunday, but I am going to go to apps at some point this season. So yeah, if you see me around there, Chop Chop, come and say hello. Fellow value stuff, you need to do raw mail, disco letter. Yeah, so that makes perfect sense, Jack. I mean, I don't do much raw mail at all anymore. It's mainly all Hermes, but yeah, I completely agree. For your kind of thing, you need to do raw mail. Otherwise, you're going to make a loss. So that makes sense. Fire retros in the house. Hope you're well. Oh, this is interesting. This is something I didn't know, Derek. So good that we now get delivery confirmation on large letter. Okay, so that's really interesting because I know at one point I'd done quite a few things large letter and got some dings on eBay saying that I didn't provide tracking for them, which is why I probably stopped doing it. But it's good you do get delivery confirmation now, because the other risk, I guess, is the customer saying they haven't received the item, etc. I had a couple of them as well. So Alan saying, Jack, I sold a DDI1 Amstrad external drive last week. Don't usually mess with retro game. I had no idea what it was. Bolo. Yeah, absolutely. I know gaming, but I don't know retro gaming like the Amstrad and stuff. Obviously, N64 and that kind of era, I'm all over. And if I see anything like that at the car boot sale, I'm not leaving that behind regardless. But it's interesting, Alan, isn't it? Because I know you do a lot of clothing. So when you kind of step out of that slightly and go into other things as well, is that lack of idea. And I'm the same boat with the cars. I know there's probably going to be people who look at the cars I've got and say, you should not be sticking them on 99p auction. They're worth a lot more money. But when you don't know, where do you begin, especially with the mount as well? James in, Jamie Dodger flips. Now, I have to apologise to James because in my YouTube video at the weekend, I didn't put the D in his name and I called him Jamie Dogger Flips. And I can confirm after messaging James on Sunday that dogging is not his thing. Now, if it is in the future to change, I'll let you know. And he might have lied to me personally, but I haven't seen him in his car except for the Sunday car boot sale. But if I do see him out and about at other sites, I will let you all know. But he'll probably question what I'm doing at the dogging sites anyway. And yeah, David's saying, hi, Dogger. I don't think I'm going to live that down for a while. And yeah, apologies, James. But yeah, shout out to James. And if you're not following him, I always talk about his channel. Please go and show him some love. He's got over 1,000 subs now and he's doing amazingly. He's gone full time. He's loving it. And yeah, he's the shoe king. I watch him go around the car boot sale and he'll pick up pairs of trainers where I turn my nose up at, and he'll come up to me and tell me they're worth this amount. And I still won't believe him half the time. And then I see his solds and I'm like, I can't believe it. So yeah, he's a really good guy, top bloke. So yeah, please show him some love. And he doesn't go dogging. My 40 VHS player, I don't even list you to packing. Too low value if 40s are not worth it. Yes, Derek. So that's where I am. Last year, I was happy to list VHS players for £5 plus post, and the amount of time it takes you to pack it, I can't be bothered anymore. So yeah, your brother's saying the same as well. No, I wouldn't bother with anything that takes more than a couple of minutes to pack. So I think that's the answer, isn't it? I think if it takes so long to pack, it's not worth doing it. So Jason's saying £20 minimum. That's interesting, Jason. That's quite a high price. And if you can pick up items where you're going to be listing for £20 minimum, that's a good place to be because your ASP will be really good on that. So you might not want to say, but if you want to let us know, are you an everything seller? Do you niche into a certain thing? If you don't mind sharing, put it in the chat. I'll be interested to know. Pete's in, Peter Ray. Pete, I saw you posted your car boot video today. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I will watch it later on. So, yeah, I saw you out and about the car boots. So Gaz is in. Hope you're well, Gaz. Hi, I'm new to reselling, just doing it for a hobby. What should I be looking out for? Because I feel a bit lost. Sometimes it's trial and error. Yes. So welcome to the world of reselling, guys. And what I will tell you is you will always make mistakes. Okay. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. And even people who've been doing it 15, 20 years will make the odd mistake now and again. So when I started, my advice is don't be scared to take the odd risk as long as you're not investing stupid money into things. You know, if you're at a store and you pick up a pair of trainers and someone says they're £2 and they're a pair of Nikes, then I would probably say if they're in good condition, they're worth taking a risk. And also, don't be scared to walk away and look things up on your phone as well. So you've got the eBay app on your phone. Use that as your tool when looking items up. But there's a risk to that because you don't really want to do it in front of the person at the stall. I mean, I've done it in front of the people at the stall before, and I've had comments on the YouTube channel saying, how could you do that? You're such a horrible human. Like, I wish you dead and all this stuff. But jokes aside, if you walk away, other people might come in and grab that. And I've done that many times before. I've kind of looked at something, walked away to research it, gone back to go and pick it up again, and another reseller swoops in who knows what they are doing. But my advice to you is boot sales are a really good place to start sourcing because the cost of goods are really cheap. And just go out, take the pressure off, and just trial and error with things because that is all it's all about. And you will make mistakes. And as I said, I've been reselling now for over 2 years and I still make mistakes. Even I said this weekend, spent £15 on a jacket I'm going to struggle to get £15 back for. But yeah, enjoy it. Other advice is what I've done is I watch so much YouTube. Watch the likes of Nick Hills, watch the likes of George Ross and other resellers as well. I can name them all. Pete, Derek, they're all in here tonight, a lot of them. Watch other resellers. Do you know what? Even watch me if you want to. And watch the kind of things we pick up and watch us talk about what they've sold for. And that will give you a really good idea of where to start off. I know when I first started, I used to pick up so much stuff that other resellers had basically said they picked up and sold for good money, and that's where you start. And then my final bit of advice really is just find something you enjoy doing. So it took me 2 years or over 2 years to find out that I don't want to do everything forever. I want to niche down into clothing. Do I have a real passion for clothing? No. Do I enjoy the process of clothing? Yes. And I think it will make me good money. So really pick something you enjoy. And that's the best bit of advice. But my Instagram's boldfinds. So if you have any questions, drop me a message. I'm more than happy to help you or anyone else with anything they want. I always feel like I can help people. If I can, if I can't, I'll be honest. Here we go. So best find your own way, Gaz, but watch YouTube for ideas. Yeah, absolutely, Derek. I think that's how a lot of people start. So we have Jordan in. So hi, Jim. My name is Sue. I love the channel. I love watching your reselling videos. Any chance to sell, Mr. Sue? So I know Jordan. Jordan, your name is not Mr. Sue. And when I come down to Kent, you are going to be dragged around the car boot sale with me. But yeah, Mr. Suey is in. Hope you're well, Jord. Secret Carper's in. Here he is. Sully's Vintage, Jamie. I was having a good old chat with Jamie today, and we are going to be coming down to the boot sale, Jamie. Alan has confirmed that he's going to try and get in as well. I know we've got Luke Waters Clobber coming along for the journey as part of the Car Boot Roadshow. What I will say about Jamie, and I know I talk about Jamie a lot, Jamie has helped me out massively when it comes to learning clothing. He is so knowledgeable, and I'm trying to convince him to do YouTube, but he doesn't want to. He does a bit on Instagram, but also he's really thoughtful, is what we'll say about Jamie. So he will send me items he sees sometimes, and I will buy them. And he laughed at me today when I showed him this Ralph Lauren jacket, thinking I was going to make 40, 50 pounds, and he was like, "Yeah, list up for 19.99. I hope for your best." But yeah, he's a top guy. My cousin's in. How do you deal with people who make offers and don't pay? Winds me right up. So, John, this was number one for the ick video I done the other week. People not paying for items. I know you just messaged me today, John, that you've had people 3 days in not paying. I think you've got about 5 outstanding. Welcome to the world of eBay, to be honest with you. I think eBay are slowly bringing in automatic payment if you wanted to switch it on. For offers, I know you can switch it on for buy it nows, but for offers, I think they're bringing in automatic payment fairly soon. So yeah, that's the only way really. But as I said to you earlier, it's just welcome to eBay. It's the world of eBay selling. You've got to wait for the 4 days for it to for eBay to ping it out and then release the item. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen time and time. I mean, I had 4 in a row. If it's any if it helps out at all, I've had 4 in a row who didn't pay. It's just eBay life, unfortunately. Secret Carper says, Gaz, I would say watch the resellers on YouTube, but make sure you're watching recent videos on what they're picking up and what not to. There's so many here. James, Bond Finds, that's a new one. Bond Finds is really good, well worth a watch. Yeah, thanks Secret Carper for the shout out, Bond Finds. But no, he's right. It's a great tip, and I didn't mention that. Watch the most recent videos, because there'll be a lot of stuff that was picked up a couple of years ago that's not worth the money. I'll give you a quick example. Nintendo Wii's. During lockdown, you could get on a Wii bundle anywhere between £100 to £150 overnight. They were selling that quick, and I was making a killing on the Wii bundles because everyone was stuck inside. Now I wouldn't buy a Wii bundle at a car boot sale for £20. So there's a huge difference on prices from back then to now. So yeah, it's a good tip to watch some recent stuff because it's the current prices. But yeah, use your phone, do your research, and just learn as you go. Z's in, only cool stuff. Hope you're well, Z. Hope you're all good, my friend. I've had many good chats with Z, especially in the daily refinement group as well. He helped me out massively. And he's helped me out through many struggles, so I have a lot of time with Z. I hope you're well, my friend. Let's have a look here. Jordan saying hello to everybody. He's my greeter this evening. Cheers, Jord. Nikki, what car boot in Kent will you go to? Greenfields is good, mate. I forgot the name of it, but I've been there with Jordan, and also Damien DB was there at the time. Swallowfields might have made it up, not 100% sure. But Damien, or Jordan, you might not remember, but yeah, Damien, if you can let us know the car boot sale for Nikki, and that's one I'll probably be going to again. Yeah, Tapella saying wait 4 days and cancel as non-payment. If after 2 days the buyer history account feedback clearly shows if it's a deadbeat, I'll put my quantity back up. Yes, so I've done that before. I've, after a couple of days, done sell similar and relisted it, and then just keep it in your mind, because if they do then pay, make sure you take it down. It's another way to get it backlisted. Limelight Vinty, good evening, James and chat. Hope you're well. Jordan's loving the channel. I haven't paid him to say this, by the way. Katie says, I'm really enjoying this channel too. Sub to a lot of other sellers, but YouTube was slow to recommend this one to me, which seems odd. Yeah, I think with YouTube, it's just the algorithm thing. I think sometimes certain channels pop up to certain people, whatever it may be. But Katie, look, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And yeah, I'm always interested to know as well, for the people who watch the videos, what other stuff do you want to see? Because I do a lot of the car boot sale videos, and I know they're the ones that get a lot of views and people really enjoy them. I try and do some like eBay tips and tricks kind of thing. But what other things do you want to see? I mean, I haven't done a picking video in a while. I was going to do one this morning actually, but I had 44 orders after the bank holiday. And honestly, I was just in the mindset of I want to get them shipped. But maybe next week I might do a picking video to show you what's sold and show you the garages as well and show you what's selling. But yeah, Katie, thanks. I really appreciate anyone new or existing to the channel. It's always good. Tabula saying, I know nothing about the cars. Thought video may get some comments on the good ones. So we're in the same boat then, mate. I think, yeah, you do the video, you get all the information. I'll just look at your comments because I think we're both in the same. Yeah, I'm sub to, I believe, every UK reseller channel. I love watching the other resellers. Honestly, I love learning from them. I like seeing the different niches that people do. And there's some I learn so much from. I know I keep shouting them out every single week I'm here. And I was talking to them over the weekend, actually, Luxury Pickers, who have been, again, another big source for me with the clothing side. But I've been watching a lot of them, lots of Chatty Pete with the clothing as well. I was watching George at the weekend. So, yeah, there's lots of people I watch. And I'll be honest, I watch most of the boot sale videos just because I enjoy watching them as well as going to them. Let's have a look here. Nick saying I sold a Game Gear with TV set to Ed Hunt on YouTube at a boot fair weekend just gone. Yeah, I always find that funny at the car boot sales when random people, I still find it strange when random people come up to me and say, I watch you on YouTube. I really enjoy your channel, or I've just subbed your channel. Hi, James. And I'm always a bit like, this is surreal for me. And I always come home and tell Leanne, the wife, I always say to her, I said, you never guess what? She's like, what? I said, someone again in the boot sale said hello to me. And she doesn't believe it. So sometimes when I've got it on film, I can prove it. But half the time, she doesn't believe I'm telling the truth. But it is weird. What do you other YouTubers feel like when people come up to you at the car boot and say hello? Is it a weird feeling? It is for me still. I find it weird. But it's a nice weird, you know. I'm not saying don't come and say hello because I like speaking to you guys, but yeah, I still find it strange how people know me from putting out videos like this. Hi, Rich. Hope you're good. Hope you're keeping well, my friend. So I see saying at the moment I have 20 listings and sold 18 items last week with an ASP of 40. Amazing. What a high ASP. I looked at mine today and mine is £18 over the last 90 days. Now, for me, that is so low. I don't want it to be that low. So I'm trying to really bump it up, which again, probably hinted this conversation tonight, but ASP of 40 is brilliant. Also a profit, and it means I don't have to devote all my time shipping, sourcing for eBay so I can focus on the shop. See, I think for you, that is the ideal model, especially having a retail store. If you can list that amount of items and sell that many with high ASP, you don't have to list thousands of items. So again, everyone's model works differently for them. And obviously for C, that's working. I think C, with you in your shop as well, that is a great way to go. I said I'm not bothered about how much I have listed anymore, as long as what I do list sells fast and for a nice amount. Aiming to keep a £40 ASP at least if I can. Yeah, and that's it. And I think, see, you're on the same mindset as what I'm getting to. The sell-through rate is critical because you can have so many items in your store, but the sell-through rate is rubbish. They're going to be stored in there. Daz is in. Hope you're good. Daz, you don't need a passion, just a goal. Yes, I think so. I think having a goal is so important. And yeah, shout out to Daz. I saw you shared your 90-day numbers the other day. Incredible effort for anyone to hit that in the UK. So amazing work. And I know you're a workhorse, Daz. Your listing goals are crazy. So yeah, I think the goal is really key. I think you need to kind of have a point of what you want to aim to. I'm miles away from where I want to be. You know, my next step is to learn clothing, to get better at clothing, and to be able to, you know, make a clothing store in my current store. Now, am I anywhere near to knowing as much clothing as I need to know? I'm nowhere near. But what I can say is every single day I'm learning one or two brands, including last night I bought an item for £1 and I've never heard of the brand before. And it could be worth 50 to 60 pounds as a t-shirt. So again, just learning little things. And now in my head, that's in there. So when I go to the car boots, when I go to the charity shops, when I look at things online, I know exactly what I'm looking for. Ian J's in. Hope you're good. Yes, Jordan is the one I was training up a few months ago, Limelight. Yes, he's a good learner. He's a good kid, Jordan. He's really, what I will say about Jordan, I wouldn't call him fashionable, but he likes his expensive designer clothes. I mean, he shows me pictures of jumpers and he's like, yeah, this jumper was £400. And he's into that kind of fashion. So I'm hoping Jordan either puts on loads of weight or loses loads of weight so the clothes don't fit him anymore and he could donate them to me to sell on eBay. That's the plan. Lee, my good friend Lee, hello, mate. Hope you're well. Have you sold the Star Wars figure yet? Great find. No. So I keep calling him Yak Man, but Yak Face is in the drawer. It's not going in the lockups. And if anyone wants to rob me, it's in this top drawer here, which is locked every night. But here he is. And this figure, for people who do not know, is worth a bit of money. But it hasn't sold yet. I priced it quite high. I priced it at $599. And I will accept offers a lot lower for it. I managed to buy his little staff, whatever you want to pronounce it. Managed to buy that on eBay for £20. But the figure cost me 40p. And Lee was really helpful at helping me with that and making sure it was the real deal. So, shout out to Lee. But it hasn't sold. I've got 4 watches on him. And I'm hoping, Lee, it's going to sell tonight, touch wood. Oh, I just knocked the table. My name is it Nicole? Nicole? How do you say that? What a great profile picture. That's a new name to me. Hope you're well. Thanks for popping in. Ah, there's the boot sale. Whitstable Bends. That's the one. Not open for the season. It's a swamp. The Welsh Picker is in. Hope you're good. I was mentioning earlier, I'm coming down to Cardiff for the Car Boot Roadshow, hopefully in May, potentially the 7th of May. Depends if the boot sale is open, but pending. But Cardiff might be the first place now. Jaden, hope you're good, Jade. Jess is saying, I'd love to see a reseller in my niche. Yeah, yours. I don't want to say it. I know you've mentioned it many times, but I never like to say it on a live in case you want to keep it under wraps. But Kate's asking there, so if you do want to say, feel free. Oh, there we are. She said it. Apple and tech products. Yes. Them Apple bands you've got, very nice is what I will say. And I know you put them on your Instagram, so I don't feel bad saying that on the live. But what a bargain that was. You've done so well on that. So I'm saying I'm always happy to see subscribers right until they show me what they've picked up and I've missed. Yes, the joys of going to a Sunday car boot sale with 5 or 6 other resellers is they all show you the stuff that you have missed or you were too late to. So, it's all fun and games. Well, you are now TV famous, Andrew. What have I missed here, Andrew? Have you been on TV? Let us know. What have I missed? I need to catch up on this if you've been on TV. See, same thing is, I'm lucky at the moment to have a few really good contacts and not relying on car boots or chazzes. Yes, so contacts is something that I have been really pushing hard on. I know, Z, when we had our chats, we spoke in depth about picking up contacts. And I will say now, I've got 3 contacts at the moment. And I'm pushing for a 4th, but the 4th has to be in clothing. So I'm working on something at the moment. But yeah, I think contacts are key. And I think if you are a full-time reseller, you can't rely on just the car boot sales. I can't say this any more than we've said already, because outside now it's chucking down with rain. And if it rains the rest of the week, guess what? The car boot sales at the weekend are called off unless you have indoor ones. So you can't rely on it as a full-time reseller. What they didn't show was me trying to buy the bargain hunt fleeces. Was you on bargain hunt, Andrew? No way. Please let me know. And please let me know how I can see it. Let's have a look here. Oh, here we go. Nick is in. Do you think the eBay 90 days list is working? So what I can tell you about the eBay 90 day list is do not look at your numbers on mobile because it is different. Mine is about $2,000 out. Look on the desktop, and that is your accurate figure. I'm on 11,470, but it just doesn't seem to go down much even after a break of 4 days. Well, yeah, it's a rolling 90 days, so it all depends on what happened at the start of the 90 days. The easy way to explain it, if you sold something, say, for £300 on day 1 of 90, on day 91, £300 will come off the 90 days, and it will probably look like you've had a really rough time. But it's just fallen off the 90 days. And in all fairness, what I will say about the 90-day total, it doesn't mean much, to be honest with you. It looks nice on paper. It makes you look good. It makes you feel good. But as I've said many a time, you can have a 90-day. I mean, look, your 90-day, for instance, is 11,470. Now, your cost of goods might have been £10 for that, and you're absolutely smashing it. But your cost of goods might also be 11,000 for that, and actually, you're not doing so well. So look at 90 days with a pinch of salt, as well, I will say. People with high 90-day figures, absolutely, they're doing really well. But you need to keep in mind about how much they're paying for stock. You don't know that. So, but yeah, with the 90-day, don't look at mobile, look at the app, because it's more accurate. Oh, there we go. App is broken. Yeah, Jess, we spoke about that in the group as well. It is broken. Daz says, we have to give thanks to the Goat Tech for mentorship. We have just applied his teachings and worked our socks off. Yes, so you was in the Daily Refinement group, and I know you've shouted out Tech and Chris so many times in your video. And yeah, you learned from the best is what I will say. I know there's a lot of thing in the UK about some people interested in the Daily Refinement. Some people don't believe in it. Some people aren't keen. And each their own, absolutely. But I've been part of the group now for, I'm trying to work out, a year and 4 months, and I'm still in there. And there must be a reason why I'm still in there, because I'm so tight. I don't like wasting money. But yeah, Tech has been unbelievable. And what I will say about Tech and Chris, they've been a massive help for me with the getting to the point of niching down. Chris has been drilling it into me since day one. I think the first time I spoke to Chris on the call, my first week of joining the group, he said to me, like, have you thought about niching down? And I was always, no. But he's never held that against me in the sense of treat me differently to anyone else. And I've been on Chris's live on a Wednesday and spoke to him about my business and my plans for last year, which is completely different to what it is now. But you know, there's such a good source of information in the group. But yeah, I'm glad you really work your socks off, and that's what it comes down to as well. The eBay game on YouTube looks very easy, and I might be guilty of that sometimes, where you see me go around a car boot sale and I'll pick up things which is £2 into £200 or whatever it may be, and you might think to yourself, do you know what, this is so easy, like I could do this like overnight. And yeah, you can do that overnight, but what you probably don't see is what we don't show you on the YouTube world. It's not because, you know, for me, hiding things, because I won't hide anything. You know, I'm quite upfront with the figures. I'm quite upfront of what I make on eBay and YouTube. But what you don't see is sometimes the day-to-day, you don't see the stress this morning of having to pack all these orders and then get 25 listings up. And then in my lounge now, I've got bags full of stuff that after this live, I need to take to the locker before I do the UK call in the Daily Refinement group at 9 o'clock. So what you don't see is all the blood, sweat and tears that go into it, as all the other resellers will tell you as well. But yeah, hard work pays off. Daz, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. GT pre-loves in. Hope you're well. You have a twin down our Sunday car boot, and every time I see him, I look to see whether it's you, because I know we met at the auction. And every time I see him, I'm looking, I'm thinking, is that? It's not. Is it? It's not. So yeah, you have a twin down the car boot. Always on TV. I've been on BBC before. Yes, I thought I saw you on Crime Watch as well, but 10 o'clock news and Road Traders. Yeah, I thought I saw you on Crime Watch before. Vicky, hope you're well. Been on eBay, been eBay sales 20 years, been a booter for nearly double that. I sell steady through the winter online, come boot season, concentrate on stock for the weekends for other traders and do less on eBay. Well, first of all, 20 years on eBay, like credit where credit's due for sticking it out for 20 years. That is amazing. And being a booter for nearly double that. Yeah, it's in my blood. The car boot sale is definitely in my blood, but 20 years on eBay is incredible. So well done, you. And thank you for popping in. It's a new name as well. I like always seeing some of the new names that come into the channel as well, because we are growing, and this is not a plug for the channel, but we are getting closer to 3,000 subs. So if you have come across this live, or you are watching the replay and you want to sub, please do. It'll be nice. It helps to channel out and all that rubbish that we have to say. But I'm really enjoying the YouTube side. I really enjoy sharing what I do. And I know it's not for everyone, YouTube. I know some people, the reseller community, they don't like YouTubers, some of them, and some people love them. I'm just honest about what I do, and I enjoy doing it. And I will keep making the content as long as you guys keep watching it. Yeah, Chop said Crime Watch as well. I was in the bargain hunt crowd a few times this year. They came to my auction house. Interesting. I need to keep. I do watch bargain hunt now and again. I need to watch out and see if I can spot you. Yeah, it does say true about the 90-day. There's much more than one way and depends on your goals, but niching is the key to scaling. Yes, I agree. I think everything sellers can do really well, but it all depends on your goals. And for me, I hit the point of feeling like 30 a day was my end goal, my cap goal as an everything seller. Not because I can't find the items, so I still can. I can probably find more everything items right now than clothing. That's a fact. But the whole process, the whole listing process, the testing process, the packing process was what was going to slow me down. Simon's in, another top guy, Simon. I love having business chats with him. He's doing really well. Again, helped me out massively with clothing. So now we're getting the data refinement plugs because Alan's in the group as well. Trebled his 90-day in 3 months. No coincidence. Best group ever. Knowledge you learn about how eBay works will change your business forever. Yeah, and I will always rave about daily refinement group. And I'm not paid to say that. I've said it from day one because if I'm paying for something and it works, I will rave about it. You know, other YouTubers and other people will do promoted deals with other companies, and I'm all for that as well if you're using the product. But I will never promote anything that I don't use myself on this channel, and that's a guarantee. And if I ever do, you can link this channel in and say I'm a fraud, I'm a sellout. Because if I get approached by a company, I will consider it if I've used their service or I'm going to use their service moving forward. As I say, I'm still after the coffee sponsorship because these Nescafe pods I'm buying, £111 I spent today on coffee pods. So come on, coffee companies, help me out. It's tough around here. A twin to car boot. You must be heading down south for car boots. Anyone's? Yes, it's at Borden, and it is your twin. I swear to God, every time I see him, I'm like, it's your twin. Do you know a way around eBay with Nike ID trainers? They get taken down every time. Nike ID, where you send your Nikes off to Nike to be customers. I haven't sold many Nike IDs. I think I sold one pair before a while ago, but I'm no expert on that. So if anyone can help Nikki in the chat who's good with trainers, let us know. I know eBay Authenticate now. I don't know if that gets past it, but I'm not sure about getting them taken down, to be honest. Shabba saying, had an item not received request open and Royal Mail look like they are finally scanning large letters. Customer states not received, but it shows delivered. Okay, so with regards to this, it might have been answered already. But if your tracking shows as delivered, I always message the customer, say tracking shows delivered. If you're claiming it hasn't been delivered, you have to open up an item not received case. Let the customer do that. Upload your tracking details into that case, and you're done. eBay has you covered. So what I try and do then is if the customer then messages it back, I will say, unfortunately, my end, it shows tracking states delivered. You will need to speak to eBay directly. And then I won't communicate further with the customer because then it becomes a tit for tat. Take the emotion out. Facts are fact. It says delivered. If there's an issue, they have to contact eBay. You've done your part. I saw cola flippers leave double at my boot sale, so they had to look twice. Isn't it funny? You recognise people and then you kind of have to double look. And I'm sure when I do this roadshow, people, other resellers might see me and think, that can't be Bold Finds. He's not from around this area. So Global Salvage, Daily Five has been a game changer for my business. Yeah, I said I can't speak highly enough about them guys. Here we go on the lookalikes. Phil says, saw a Damien lookalike at the local Royal Mail CSP and again Littles. Was it a Damo ganger stalking me? Well, it might well be. There we are. Jess is saying the same. Yeah, eBay are fine with it. Just upload the tracking. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. So Simon says, I'm surprised more people don't try at least daily refinement. I've been able to replace my 9 to 5 job, what I found in the group. Yeah, there's a lot of skepticism around any paid group. So Simon, and I get it in a way, because I must admit, before I joined the group, I was a bit like, oh, I don't want to join any group. No one could tell me how to do reselling. It's pretty simple. And yeah, as you know, it's a game changer. But I always say to anyone, this isn't a paid promotion. Chris hasn't asked me to come on tonight, and Tech hasn't asked me to come on tonight to talk about it. If anyone's got any questions about it, and Jess was the same. Jess was unsure about whether to join and messaged me on Instagram, and she'll probably tell you the same. Like, I'm happy to answer any questions honestly. You might come in and say, this is what I'm looking to do. And I might turn around and say, yeah, the group's not for you. But I might say, yeah, this is what the group offers. These are the calls it offers. So, there we are. Identify him as humble as well. Tara Forever, best friend didn't join the group. Yeah, and honestly, I'm honestly able to answer any questions. And if you don't want to come to me, you can go to anyone else in the group, or as Simon says there, try it. They give you your money back if you don't like it. But look, I'm not going to sit here all night raving about it. I mean, everyone knows how I feel about the group. I think it's great. Yes. Gets mistaken. Andrew gets mistaken for George Clooney. I've heard that a lot as well. I can see it, Andrew. I can see how you look so similar. Right, we're coming up to an hour now, and I'm only going to be on here for an hour tonight because I've got to go and do some other bits, as I say, before the 9 o'clock call in the group. But we do have a winner for the giveaway. So for people who don't know, my van broke down when we were down in Newbie a couple of weekends ago. And the bill to pay for the van was just over £1,500. I think it was something like £1,548 or something along them lines. Anyway, tough pill to swallow for anyone, let alone when you're in my position where you're thinking, do you know what? I'm trying to get more into clothing. I'm spending a bit more money on stock at the moment. Money's a bit tight. So I set myself a challenge this weekend to go out to the car boot sales and try and claim as much money back. The plan was to go to 3 car boot sales. 1 was rained off, so we only went to 2. Anyway, I asked people in the comments to put how much money I was going to claw back on potential sales value. This stuff has not sold yet, okay? I've only listed some of the stuff today. It doesn't include my cost of goods, doesn't include the postage, doesn't include eBay fees, doesn't include promoted rates, coupons, tax, VAT, cat food, anything like that. It's just potential sales value. Anyway, long story short, we had 2 people who are really, 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 really close. The total I potentially made back is $959.59. Now, I believe if there was a Monday car boot sale, it would have been closer to the 1,500. So overall, I'm not disappointed with that. But Husty's Emporium was very close. He had $938.75. But the winner was not Husty, unfortunately. We had Claire, and Claire Borden, I think it is, or Bowden. Apologies if I've completely messed up that name. Claire guessed £954, which was only £6.59 off the total. And I don't know Claire. This isn't one of these scam things where you find out that Claire's actually my wife's name and she's inside the house. And Claire's in. I'm so pleased. Claire, just to confirm, I don't know you, as harsh as that sounds, but congratulations. You have won the most amazing prize. Everyone needs a Costa Coffee treat while they're going out sourcing. So, Claire, congratulations. Please drop me a message on my Instagram at Bold Finds. Always the easiest way. Or if you don't have Instagram, drop me an email. My email is scrolling across the bottom of the screen there for you, Claire. And I will send you that £10 Costa gift card. You can buy yourself some coffee, get yourself some lunch and snacks, whatever you want to do. It's on me. So thank you so much for entering, and congratulations on winning the fabulous giveaway. I know everyone was so desperate for the £10 voucher. What I will say as well, a couple of shout outs to a couple of people who put in the comments to say that if they won the voucher to give it to a homeless person. I thought that was amazing. And Claire, this is not me saying you should do this, because we're not doing that. I'm going to send you the voucher. But just an amazing community of people who are just so thoughtful and generous. And Ricky's in, late to the party as per. Your face needs a T-shirt in it. I'm so confused. Are you talking about the T-shirt that you slapped me round the face with? Because I mentioned this at the start, Ricky, and you know, you might think it's fun and games now, but wait until the solicitors send you out a letter. But no, Ricky was at the car boot in shorts. It's just crazy. 4 degrees and he rocks up in shorts. But yeah, thanks for joining late, but never mind. But yeah, Claire, congratulations. Drop me a message, please. She says donate to charity. Claire, I'm going to send you the voucher, and what I will do is I will also donate £10 to charity myself as well, because I think it's amazing. The comments I was reading on the comments about, you know, give it to charity, or if I win, please give it to a homeless person. So Claire, please message me. I'm going to send you the voucher, but I will also donate £10 myself to a charity. So Claire, let me know what charity you would like me to donate £10 for as well, and we'll give you the £10 voucher, and I will donate £10 to your chosen charity as well. Now, this is an idea. I should do this at the start before I go to car boot sales. I make my own large coffee and drop a large Baileys in it, cheaper than Costa. Yes, Costa do not offer Baileys, and I love a coffee with Baileys in. Yeah, bring them on, baby. All right. On that note, Claire, once again, well done. Drop me a message on Instagram, as I say. Thank you all for taking part tonight. It's been a really good chat. Once again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. There's going to be more content coming, more boot sale videos, picking, packing. Let me know in the comments what else you guys want, and I will see you on the next video.